Hey, Canucks fans, how are you feeling now that you've had a night to sleep off? The 4-3 loss at the Tampa Bay Lightning last night drops the Canucks record to 2-2. I'll get to that in a second. I'm streaming tonight. I usually don't stream on Friday nights, but because I did not stream Wednesday night or Thursday night because of a work event and the after effects of that event, I will be streaming tonight. So I hope you join me tonight at 11 p.m. Pacific right here on this YouTube channel. A little bit of Friday night fun, so to speak. Now, there wasn't a lot of Thursday night fun last night for the Vancouver Canucks. Lost 4-3 in Tampa. Interesting game from a standpoint of the Canucks don't give up a goal in the first 2 minutes, and then they actually escape. Well, they're down 1-0 coming out of the first. Then they score two quick ones to make it 2-1, and all seems right in the world. And then Tampa scores two quick ones to go up 3-2, and then they add the insurance marker in the third before JT Miller gets it within one. So when we talk, I want to talk about the game first, and then I want to talk about where the Canucks are in the big picture. So for the actual game, up front, JT Miller, Brock Besser, and Phil DiGiuseppe was once again the Canucks' most noticeable line. PD, I think he's showing the effects of the Myers slap shot that he took on Tuesday night. More on that in a second. So PD did have 2 points, but he didn't look himself. He did not look explosive, did not look dangerous at all. And then Hsmfangirl and Garland kind of invisible, and they're players among the many players that need to kind of step things up for the Vancouver Canucks. The Miller, Besser, PDG line, good. They got the first goal for the Vancouver Canucks at the start of the second period, just 14 seconds in. Then you had Miller scoring a goal with just over a minute left. So they were good and they're noticeable, and they've been easily the best line for the Canucks through the early part of this season. Third line of Suter, Joshua, and Beauvillier, they have their moments, but they're too few and far between right now. And same with the fourth line. Remember the Hoglander, Lafferty, and Sanika line. They had a great game. I think it was the second game of the season against Edmonton, and they've been quite quiet since as well. So up front, but at least they scored 3 goals after getting shut out against Philly. So I get one with the extra attacker, but at least they are scoring goals. Last night, I think more of the concern was on defense, and in particular, one defenseman named Tyler Myers. Inexplicably, he finished with a +1, but he was the two most blatant, glaring, blaring, blasting errors on the night, both when the Canucks were shorthanded, and speaking of penalty kill, that's actually been better up until last night, and they're really bad last night. Tampa scored on 2 of their 3 opportunities, and they're both because of Tyler Myers. Well, the first one, the Canucks seemed in control of the puck, and then they passed it back in their own zone, and they kept passing back further and further, and then Myers, I know that you're not supposed to clear the puck up the middle, you're supposed to go down the boards, except when everyone's on the boards and there's no one up the middle. So Myers had time. He had time and space, and instead of just slapping it as hard as he could down the middle where there was a lot of open space, he wristed it towards the boards where everyone was, Lightning players and Canucks players, and sure enough, the Lightning pick it off very easily, and then a scramble ensues. Demko makes an awesome save or two, but ultimately the puck goes in the net. So that was really bad. Then later, when I think the score is tied 2-2, or maybe it's already 3-2 for Tampa. So in between, then the Myers scores the second Canucks goal. So then we think, okay, maybe we can. It's a saw off. You can ignore now that blatant giveaway because he tied it up with a nice shot immediately from the point. So now we're even. But then the Canucks are killing penalties. So remember, they're down a man already, 5-on-4. Then PD's in a battle with 2 Lightning players, and then Myers joins that battle, which is fine if you win that battle or at least you kill some time. But I don't know if the Lightning guy that was checking PD shifted the last second. I don't know if PD shifted the last second. I do know that Myers basically landed on top of PD. So now you're already a man short. Now you're 2 more men short. It's I don't know if it's a 5-on-2, but at least a 3-on-2 or 4-on-2 now, because Myers and Pettersson are on the ice along the boards. It was just the weirdest play. I don't know why Myers even went into that corner, went into that scrum, because you're taking yourself out of the play unless you know that you're going to get the puck. But instead, not only did he not get the puck, they don't get to stand on their feet because they're both on the ice, and now it's basically a 3-on-2, 4-on-2, because I'm sure there's one Tampa guy left in the scrum. It was so crazy. I don't know what Myers was doing. So that's what I actually, before I jump off the defense, Hughes and Hronek, I thought they played well together, but I'm going to get to maybe it makes sense to split them up actually. So Hughes and Hronek, they combined for 10 shots on goal. Hronek had 6, Hughes had 4, and they were quite noticeable when they're on the ice. I don't think Hughes was pressing too much. He made a couple of really nice plays, including one really outside-in move that almost resulted in a goal when the Canucks were desperately trying to get closer in the third. So that's what I want to get to. Myers' bad play, coupled with Hughes and Hronek seeming you're putting all your eggs in one basket. Is it now time for the Canucks to change up their D pairings? And remember in the offseason, I was talking about how excited you go Hughes and Cole, even though Cole's on his offside. Cole's can be like play the role that Tanev and Shannon played. You go Hughes and Cole, then you go CCC and Hronek on the second pairing, and then someone like Hirose, Breezeball, Bovenlander on the left, and then Myers on the right. So I get that it means bringing over a left shot D to the right side, and that Rick Tocchet doesn't necessarily like that. But it's the only way that you're going to get Tyler Myers into your bottom pair is if you have Cole or CCC play on the right side behind Hronek. And then if you do that, then you get to split Hughes and Hronek up. So I'm not going as far to say as you should bench Tyler Myers, although there was a lot of that on Twitter last night. But it's, can you put Cole or CCC on the right side with Hughes and put the other one with the left side with Hronek? And now you have two, I'd say your best opportunity for your two strongest pairings. And that way Myers, you can limit his minutes on the third pairing, whether that's with the Hirose, with the Breezeball when he's not hurt, a Bovenlander, whoever it may be. I don't think you put him with the newly acquired Mark Friedman, because then you have two righties. So you have two lefties on your top pair, two righties on your bottom pair. I could see Tocchet just saying, no, just split them up and go lefty, righty, lefty, righty. But again, that puts Myers in your top 4, and he's proven that he should not be in the top 4 right now. Finally, Canucks fans, perspective. The Canucks are 2-2, so they're in 4th place in the Pacific, ahead of behind Vegas, LA, and Calgary, but ahead of everyone else. And I think when you look at the order of these wins and losses, it really kind of biases the way that you think about it, at least the way I think about it. The fact that the Canucks won 2 against Edmonton, which is awesome, it pushes Edmonton further down the standings, but then they've lost the last 2. Obviously, the Canucks are on a 2-game losing streak, and they have a tough contest on Saturday in Florida. So you can look at it that way. If it was the other way around, they lost their first 2 against Edmonton, you'd be a little bit concerned because you don't want to have a bad start. But then if they won their previous 2, say against Philly and against Tampa, then you say you're on a 2-game winning streak heading into a tough matchup with Florida tomorrow. So either way you slice it, the Canucks are obviously 2-2, and they're exactly 500. They're going to have to be about 13 games over 500 to make the playoffs. So already you want to start to build a bit of separation. So you have Florida on Saturday, you have Nashville on Tuesday, which should be great to come back home for that, that back-to-back Friday, Saturday against the Blues and Rangers. Be great to come back 4-2 as opposed to 2-4 or even 3-3 or 3-2-1 or whatever it may be. So we'll see what happens tomorrow. But for now, I just want to put that, plant that seed as well. Is what's your perspective? I'm going to be talking about that tonight on my YouTube show, my live stream as well. Is the Canucks are 2-2, probably where we expected them to be. Maybe the order of the way it's gone is a little bit surprising, but would love to know your thoughts in the comments. So let me know your thoughts on last night's game. Let me know if you think the Canucks should change up the forward lines, and especially if they should change up their D pairings. And where are you with this team? Where are you at with this team now that they are 2-2 after 4? And don't forget to join me tonight at 11 p.m. Pacific for my live stream. Shout out to my sponsors, Van City Experts Real Estate, Perform and Transform, Personal Training, Weight Loss. Thank you, legendary Lucas Gates, legendary Carol Bovenlander, legendary Andrew Chang, Hall of Fame and franchise members. Thanks for your support as well. And thanks to all of you for watching, for subscribing, and for liking. So on your way out, subscribe, like, leave a comment, gift a donate, become a member, upgrade your membership, or leave a donation. And yes, most importantly, leave a comment. How are you feeling about this team? 4 games in now. Canucks are 2-2. And once again, I hope to see you tonight at 11 p.m. Stay safe, stay healthy, take care of yourselves, and take care of each other. God bless, and go Canucks go.